Carnage is invested in the series. You're gonna react to his video? Yeah, sure, I'll react to his video. Why not? Look at his face.
Okay.
Look at his face. Jesus.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Applause, please.
I think pretty much everything I said earlier stands. Where I do have to say though, like, I noticed multiple occasions of not good writing and very poor delivery. And I don't mean like the voice actors did a bad job. I mean like the people telling them how to deliver the lines didn't do a good job. Like, you know, just
I like the people die all the time anyway line. I thought that was pretty good. Everything else I'd agree with them on.
It looks really pretty. And it looks like there
I disagree. I don't think it looks pretty at all. I think it looks like shit.
might be some cool story stuff in there. I will say that the Dragon Age story as a whole got legitly and actually interesting at the end of the Inquisition DLC. I do want to see where that goes. And I want to see what they're going to do with it. I can say that that will be enough to get me to play this game beginning to end. Which is good. So, from what I've seen, to be blunt...
Yeah, I can't promise that I'll finish the game, but I can promise that I'll start it. And I do really try to play through these games. I do. I really do try to play through them. So I do. I want to try it out. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's an action combat game that's fantasy. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try it out.
I was worried this was going to be like some kind of half live service, crazy like quest hub. Like, I was concerned that we were going to see what this project used to be before it converted.
Man.
And it is
12,
not
15?
nearly
Okay.
as bad as I was hoping.
Oh, that's a... What a seal of approval there.
I went in with far more concerns than I'm leaving with. I'm still obviously not sold. But I mean, I
think Ko went into it with a lower expectation than I did. Like, because he knew a lot about the series, whereas I didn't. So he had a better frame of reference of like what to expect. For me, I'm like, so it's gonna be another like action combat game where like you get attacked, then you roll away from the attack, you shoot him with like a fucking spell, and then you hit him with a sword, and there's a posture bar, and you hit him a bunch, then he doesn't move, then you hit him, he takes more damage, and then like he does a thing, you get out of the thing. Like, you know, for me, that was all I really expected, right? And so I didn't have the opportunity to be disappointed. Like, I went into it expecting for it to be like a 4. I think it's like a 5 or a 6, right? I will tell you that the gameplay trailer was better than just the baseline trailer.
I entered this worried that I was going to watch this and then end it and be like, not for me.
Not, yeah.
That was my concern. But I definitely left that being like, you know what? Yeah, that'll be worth a playthrough. It's fine out of 10 for what it is. Is it a fine Dragon Age game?
That's a really good point that he's bringing up. Yeah, fine out of 10. It's good enough. All right, sure. I could give it that. I mean, I played Starfield a lot. I played Wulong Fallen Dynasty all the way through. I've eaten a lot of shit. What's one more bite?
Personally, if you're asking for my opinion, no. Dragon Age Origins is Dragon Age. That's my Dragon Age. This is not
7.5?
anything like
I'm so
that
sorry
game
to hear that.
at all. It is a different... It might as well be a different franchise. It is a
Thank
different
you.
franchise.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much different. Yeah. The game does have blood, by the way. Yeah, I just didn't see it.
So that being said, although I do not feel, I don't know if I'd play the game if it wasn't related to Dragon Age, to be honest. But because it is, it's enough for me to like, come in, let's do it. Let's check it out. Let's continue the story and let's go from there. So yeah, I think it's certainly
that guy in chat.
So
why don't they learn from what Baldur's Gate 3 showed? People can still love CRPGs. Yeah, it's so disappointing for me to see. You know what other game this is like a long, like, this is if you recognize this comparison, like, you need to make sure your blood pressure is okay. So remember back in Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo, where like you could swap between characters in action combat, but you could pause combat in order to swap characters and then have them perform an action? Remember that? Best game. Yeah, it was a good game. That's what they should have done with something like this. Like, that's the vibe of gameplay. It should have been, again, half Baldur's Gate, half Dragon's Dogma, or Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I think Dragon's Dogma, Grand Blue Fantasy have a lot of similarities in combat. That's literally Origins. Yeah. That's my point. That's my whole point. Yes.
I think it certainly didn't like wow me. But I liked that it's clearly a single player game. The action stuff looked fine. Looked like it's gonna work.
Yeah,
fine.
sure.
Some of the combat looked pretty fun. It was flashy.
Check 12
some of the
minutes after
environments were
video.
cool.
Oh, well.
Some of the cutscenes were cool. It had problems, but we're still gonna play it. Still gonna play it. I'm gonna do my best to like it because I'm a mage.
There it is.
That's right. All right. Anyway, that's it. So TLDR.
All right.
We're gonna play Dragon Age, the Veilguard, and hopefully we'll find some really cool stuff in it.
It is.
But I think for me to really enjoy it, I need to fundamentally reorient myself into taking this for what it is and not taking it like as Dragon Age, which is weird. But yeah. Yeah, it really for some reason watching that made me really want to play Dragon Age again, Origins. I have this big urge to play Origins again now for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah.
Okay, so 12 minutes in, he said something. Let me just.
Somebody said they're tired of all the hate on Dragon Age.
I know
Dude.
these trees.
Here's the
Here
thing.
we go.
I have, like, at the end of the day,
Here's the thing. Here we go.
when you make a bunch of games over a period of time and you completely change what the game is.
Yes, this is what's so stupid. If you make a game and you call it Dragon Age, why would you do that? So this is something that Throne and Liberty did. And they changed it. Throne and Liberty was actually going to be like Lineage 3 or something. And then they changed the name because they're like, this isn't Lineage. Why the fuck would we call this Lineage? Like, why are you're changing the vibe of the game completely?
That is going to rub some people the wrong way that loved it how it was. And more importantly, they're going to feel kind of slighted because they're like, you had something amazing. Like, why did you take this?
It's like you go to McDonald's and they say, guys, listen, this hamburger shit. Well, to be fair, it'd be good if they got rid of their hamburgers. But like this hamburger shit, we're done with this. So what we're going to sell now is pizza and tacos. Okay. No more hamburgers. They're like, well, people are going to get mad because they came there for a fucking hamburger. It doesn't mean the pizza or the tacos are bad. But they were there for a fucking hamburger. What do you expect?
Why didn't you keep being awesome? Why did you do this? Why didn't you give us what we wanted? Why is this dumbed down, like, genericized thing?
I can really see where he's coming from because like Ko is definitely like a deep RPG kind of guy. And I bet like as soon as he saw this is an attack and hit and dodge, like stuff like that, he's like, oh, okay, right. It's like it's like more of the same, right? It's more of the same. He's a mage. Yeah, true.
When we could have had like an amazing deep Baldur's Gate 3 style Dragon Age.
There it is.
So, do I feel that way? I'm kind of torn on it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on it because the devs don't owe us anything. And games are art. And who are we to demand that devs make art that we want to look at?
I am, because I'm the customer. Now, they can make whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. But if I ask you, if I go to a restaurant and they give me the menu, and it's like I go to, where do I go? Chili's? I go to Chili's, and the only thing on the menu are vegan options. I am not obligated to order. I'm going to walk the fuck out. I'm going to say, bro, what happened to the fajitas? Where are the hamburgers with the bacon I used to get? Where's the fucking food? Where's the thing I wanted? And so that's the difference. It's like, so yes, I absolutely am demand. Like this, I am the customer. Like I'm a customer. I like these games. I am the target audience for these kinds of games. And also, if they want to make this game the way they want to make it, I completely support them making it exactly their way. But what I'm saying is that if you make a game this way, it doesn't appeal to me as a customer and as a player. So take with that what you will. I don't need to be the target audience, but if you make a game like this, I certainly won't be. I think that's extremely fair. Then just don't play it. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of games that I do that with.
That's one half of it. But the other half of it is that game dev is also about managing expectations.
Yes, and the expectation, you call it Dragon Age.
Like, and when you shift the entire tone and genre of your game over its time, that's a thing too. So like one half of me is like,
show is,
and if you can't tell, this is a very conflicting thing for me. But one half of me wants to be like, yeah, let's just take it for what it is. We'll just treat it as its standalone product and be excited for the parts we like and talk about the parts we don't, like we do it all.
Well, I think that he's looking at it from a very nuanced and logical perspective. He's saying that as a fan of Dragon Age as a franchise, he's probably disappointed, but as a fan of video games as a whole, he's cautiously optimistic. I think that's extremely fair. I think that's what he's trying to say. I don't know that, but I'm just, fucking guessing.
The other part of me is like, as a DAO fan, I have actual sadness and frustration that Dragon Age the Veilguard is not going to be going up against Baldur's Gate 3. Because that's the timeline I would have wanted.
Sure.
I would have wanted Dragon Age Origins 2, and then Dragon Age the Veilguard to be Baldur's Gate 3.
And by the way, I would have liked the game less if that's the way that it was designed, because I like action combat games, but I don't think that I should be catered to. I think he should be catered to, because he's the audience of these games. He is the one who's the fan of this series. He's a fan, yeah. I'm a tourist.
In the Dragon Age world, with all the Dragon Age origin mechanics.
Mage.
That's what I wanted. So it's like, I'm never going to get that. It's not going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. So what we need to decide now is, do we just stay angry and rage at what we have and just scream in vain into the night? Or
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't like it. Yes. Yes, I have every right to say I don't like something. Absolutely. Now, I'm not going to ask somebody else to pick up my battle standard and fight with me. But yeah, that's what I think. I think it sucks. I think it's cringe.
Do we just take this for what it is, enjoy the parts we like, and talk about
Why not both? Bitch, cry and complain about it, and then whenever the game comes out, I try it out, see if it's any good, then I quit. If it sucks. It's just that simple. Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, realistically, that's what a lot of people are going to do, yeah. Or they're going to watch somebody, yeah. If you try it out, yeah, absolutely.
about the parts we don't.
I'm just going to pass on, maybe watch you
That's
stream
the
it.
decision we
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
That's what we get to do. What I'm going to do is the latter. I am going to say
yeah,
that this is not
It
a
is
good
what it
Dragon
is.
Age game for me because my good Dragon Age is Origins. That's what I preferred. That was my preference.
Right.
It might be a fine action RPG in the Dragon Age world. It might be a great story and good characters, and I would like to see that story and those characters. And if I have to go through an ARPG to do that, fine. I like ARPGs, whatever. It's not going to be my Dragon Age. Like, you know, my Dragon Age kind of...
Somebody brought up a point in chat I want to address. They said, but dude, publishers don't want the fans' money, as Ko said. He's going to buy it anyways. Publisher wants to cater to you, the tourists, so they get an extra sale. No, it's a bad idea to do that. Like, if you try to build a game and make it appeal to everybody, you will alienate both new fans and old fans. Because you're not going all in on one direction. You're trying to just, like, half-dick two different things, and it's not enough. You're going to, at that point, you're delivering a mediocre product to two markets instead of a good product to one market.
In some ways,
I don't think
lived
that's a
and
good
died with
approach,
Origins.
personally.
But this could be good. I mean, this could be fine. This could be good. Maybe there's some awesome twists and turns.
For
Maybe
sure.
there's a great story. Like, I don't want to write this off just because I like an old game better. That makes sense? Like, I don't know. I don't, it seems self-destructive to do that.
I can see where he's coming from, and I think that there's a lot of reasoning with what he's saying.
And I feel like I might miss something cool. So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know why I decided to pause it and say all that, but I saw some people in chat kind of saying something similar. So
Yeah, a lot of people
that's
feel
where
that
I
way.
am right now. I'm going to watch the rest of this and I'm going to be like, hey, looks fun. Like maybe I'll see something that interests me. But at the end of the day, what is this? It is a genericized, simplified look into the Dragon Age world as an ARPG. We'll just take it for what it is.
Sounds like that's for me, brother. So you dodge out of the red shit and you hit him? Okay. I can do that.
And
So it's like
be
Elden
sad
Ring.
or not sad about
Okay.
what it's not. And go from there. So anyway, yeah. Let's keep going.
This is
Man. Well, I think he brings up a lot of good points. Obviously, I do. You know, it's like I can only talk about it from the perspective of like a perspective like enjoyer of the game. Like I'm not a fan of the franchise. I don't know a lot about the game. So I'm only speaking from an outsider's perspective. But I think that it's a huge mistake whenever a developer tries to abandon their original fan base and they try to build a new fan base. And hey, look at how many streamers do that and it doesn't work. So it's extremely common with a lot of things. There's a correlation between easy games and better sales. I don't know if there is or not, but I think also like a game being easy can mean 3 or 4 different things, right? It could be technically easy, mechanically easy. It could be very short, so it's easier to beat because it doesn't take as much time. Like, what does easy really mean? So yeah, that's WoW right now. Blizzard is doing this. I think that Blizzard did this in Wrath of the Lich King. I think that Wrath of the Lich King was the beginning of the end for WoW. Let me link you guys Ko's video too. You guys can watch it, give it a like. I didn't go through everything. Obviously, he watches the entire trailer. So you guys can take a look at it if you want to see it yourself. But thank God for GGG. Yeah. We'll look at some of the new PoE 2 stuff that just came out. Apparently came out a couple of hours ago. Do people actually think Wuthering Waves is hard? It's absolutely harder than other games. It absolutely is. Like, I've never seen anything in Genshin that's as difficult as Wuthering Waves, like hologram fights. Like, Tempest Mephis Hologram 4 is harder than anything I've seen in Genshin. And it's not even remotely close. Yeah, dumbed down Wuthering Waves massively from the beta, unfortunately. Well, they had to, because the games are made for mentally ill middle school girls. So you can't expect for Wuthering Waves to really be, like, hard. But it's going to be harder than the other ones, right? Genshin bosses is just HP a lot? Yeah, yeah. Genshin's a joke, it's easy as fuck. Yeah. That boss could have been a Dark Souls boss, too? Yeah, it could have been. Genshin boss have a lot of HP. You gonna play Xenosun Zero? Yeah, I'll play it. But, yeah, anyway, Jesus, man. I just hope it's a good game. You know? Like, I hope it's a good game. Because if it is, then we have one more thing to play, one more thing to get excited about, etc. So, I just really hope so.